Hey everybody, welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 game development live stream with Project Hero. First we're going to watch Square Enix Presents thing, because it has something to do with Aquanox, so we're going to do that first. So I will need that stream thing, open up here. So I think there's a couple of things. Life is Strange is on here, but we want to see Outriders.
This planet was supposed to be a fresh start.
This is Outriders.
Instead,
yeah, here we go.
The anomaly storms have forced us underground, running from a planet that considers us prey.
Here you go. More out. I've actually never seen this trailer before.
Mankind might be on the back foot, but we push forward. We don't hide. We don't run.
Ooh, that looks badass. Oh boy. That was cool.
Welcome to the show. We have a lot in store for you today.
It's cool that it's the opener.
Updates on some of our most anticipated titles, new game announcements, and the world premiere of a new entry in one of our award-winning franchises. Be sure you stay tuned until the very end to get all of today's updates. This is Square Enix Presents. Let's pick up with more on Outriders.
Yeah, okay. See what they're gonna give us.
I could smell the storm in your blood. Your stink of Enoch. That's true. Or something even more.
So what? I should play at being a god like you?
I am not playing.
Oh boy.
Outriders, a co-op RPG shooter set in a dark, original sci-fi universe. Created by People Can Fly. Previously part of the Epic Games Group, the studio is renowned for developing world-class shooters like Bulletstorm and the Gears of War series.
This can't be happening! You people are insane! All of this is fucking insane!
You're damn right it is.
Mankind is bleeding out in the trenches of Enoch. A once beautiful planet, ravaged by a mysterious anomaly. Hyper-evolving its flora and fauna to purge the virus that is humanity. In other words, you.
Get wrecked.
Now, Enoch is hell off Earth. Leading the colonization advance party, the Outriders are devastated by an early storm. While most of the unit is wiped out, you not only survive, but are left altered, something more than human. Now, with control over time, space, and matter, the Outriders have gained access to devastating anomaly energies. Demigods strolling through the battlefield, the tables have most definitely turned. With the anomaly flowing through their veins, Outriders have split off into 4 classes, each offering a different customizable playstyle and extensive skill tree.
Yo, who's playing Outriders right now, bro?
Demands hard choices be made. If you prefer a devious hit-and-run approach, the trickster's manipulation of time and space will be to your tastes. Deadly up close, the trickster will annihilate enemies with spectacular powers, such as the temporal slice. Or, if death from a distance is more your thing, the Technomancer combines the anomaly's powers with technology.
Oh boy.
Place deadly turrets or release climate-altering area effect weapons to take down your foe. The Devastator class is a tank in human form, a biological sledgehammer. Difficult to kill and dangerous to be near. The Devastator's control of gravity allows for brutal attacks, such as the Impale ability or Gravity Jump.
That gravity jump.
There's the Pyromancer, a medium-range class equipped to take out multiple targets at once. You may be easy to kill at close range, but you can leech energy from crowds of enemies, or detonate thermal bombs to tear their flesh apart. Regardless of your choice, confidence is everything on the battlegrounds of Enoch. Each class has its own spin on a healing mechanic, which rewards health for performing certain actions that reinforce the class's playstyle. So get out of cover, throw yourself headfirst into the fray, and think aggressive. The Outriders' journey will take them beyond humanity's furthest exploration of Enoch, as they fight to discover the source of a mysterious signal. From the snow-capped heights of Eagle Peaks to dense jungles and arid deserts, deadly enemies that have adapted to their environment await. There's plenty to discover off the beaten path, too. Outriders is rich with side quests and additional story. You may be pulled into a search and rescue mission, drawn in to investigate a menacing cult, or asked to track and kill hyper-evolved creatures in the wild. Each quest allows you to scavenge for new gear and weapons.
Wow, this is a big fucking breakdown.
Duplicitous street vendors of humanity's new settlements, or NPCs in your own convoy. And then, of course, there's armor and weapon mods, which allow you to further tweak your gear with modifiers that can have a dramatic effect on how your abilities play out in combat. Layer in a full crafting system, and the staggering depth of Outriders' loot system begins to become evident. You'll need to be fully in tune with your gear and abilities if you expect to survive the game's post-campaign content. Expeditions. With a level threshold to take part, Expeditions is only for the hardiest of Outriders, pitting you against the most lethal adversaries Enoch has to offer. Considered a suicide mission by most, your journey through the hellscape of Enoch is made possible thanks to the Outriders Convoy, a mobile hub which moves through the world, which can be customized with body kits, paint jobs, and, oh yeah, the skulls of fallen enemies. Trophies from battle aren't worth much if they can't be shown off. Your convoy will accompany you as you join a friend's game in co-op, where your achievements can get the eyeballs they deserve. This is all just the tip of the iceberg. As the Outriders travel further beyond humanity's reaches, the strange, horrific truths of Enoch begin to reveal themselves.
Ooh. Hell yeah. 2 more weeks. Hope y'all ready.
Lara Croft, the iconic
Ah.
female action.
That's all I wanted to watch. 'Cause, yeah, Outriders. Okay. So now we can actually get into some game dev. So in tonight's live stream, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start the whole Blueprint C++ conversion of this stylized weather blueprint that we bought last time. Because last time we did a couple things. Like we bought the weather system. We gave ourselves a simple landscape. And we did a couple other things I can't really remember. But this is where our game stands. You know, it looks nice, nothing too special, you know. But it looks nice. But I want to go ahead for practice purposes. I want to take the stylized weather that we bought, convert it to C++, because it's a pretty big blueprint. It has a lot of custom structs and stuff like that that maybe we would need to kind of create our own So there's a structure. So there's different structures. There's a weather struct. And there's a scalar param override struct. Let's not have too much. And then you have an enum. Then we have a data table that we might want to export. I don't know. I think we can leave this alone. I think, does this have like a sunny? No, it's fine. And the actual blueprint itself is pretty big. It's nothing too it's pretty crazy. It's not, but it's not horrifying, So it has a debug on tick. So we'll do that last. But we have a constructor which gets some information to make the sphere size. That makes a time material. And it resizes it to 24, so I guess we can't really have any more than 24. It adds a sun billboard material component. So this adds the sun, and then it initializes things. And in here we create, what's this? It creates the dynamic material instances for the sphere and the clouds and stuff like that. So we're going to be in for a ride out. We're definitely not getting it all done today, but we can try to get as much done as possible, right? So let's go ahead. Let's create a new class. Let me put the music back on. Hopefully you guys can hear that. So it's an actor class. Stylized weather. Now we gotta make a folder, so we'll make a folder called like weather system. And we'll do like hero weather system. Let's go ahead and create that class. And then we're going to keep the editor open, and just like we'll run a different instance of the editor and not compile it through Visual Studio, and then we'll have Visual Studio open, just so there's not a lot of like annoying back and forth, and we should be able to get through this faster. So we'll see what happens. And it's always fun to watch this stuff compile. I hope everyone's excited for Outriders. I know I am. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, excuse me. A long day of work, Your boy's sleepy, your boy's tired. After this, I gotta do some exercise because I feel fat as fuck. But that's me. Never really like how long this stuff takes to compile. Yeah, reload all. Wait. But it's not done compiling. No. I wonder how long this takes to actually make the source file and the header file. Hero dev, hero source. Now we have the two. So I guess it just tries to compile. Yeah, well, no shit. It's trying to compile, that's what it's saying. There we go. Okay. Let's change the music a little bit. We're still going to listen to video game music. Okay. So we have our class. Everything's pretty good there. So we're going to leave that. We're going to not debug it, but what we're going to do is just open the editor on its own. And we can kind of just go back and forth. Can I not open? Okay. Oh, what? Why? Now I can't open the editor. That's kind of garbage. Do I have to like recompile? Let's see what happens. That's no problem. Well, let's see if the actual editor opens. Because I didn't change anything significant. Yeah, see? So that works, but opening it directly here is a problem? Okay. Maybe that was just a weird thing. Okay. Let's go ahead. Where is this blueprint located? Okay. Let's open this bad boy up. So yeah, I think first we need to work on creating these structs. So we also, for this scene, looks like it needs to take in that enum. So let's take in the enum. And I believe we do an enum in our weapon. So we can copy how this thing works. And this enum is called enum_weather. We'll just call it weather. I'm gonna have the blueprint on another monitor, just so I don't have to go back and forth too much. So the first one is Sunny. Display name's gonna be Sunny. Second one is Cloudy. And obviously the display name will be Cloudy. Not capital. Rainy is the third one. We can make brand new ones. This has to be all capitals. Whoops. No. Then Thunder. View meta. Display name. Equals Thunder. And that's all of them for now. I guess we could add the fourth one, which is labeled as New Weather. This could be added for something later, like probably like snow or something. But that's a later thing. Let me put this on another monitor. Okay. That's a U meta. Display name equals, and we'll just say new weather for now. Okay. So we have our enum. Now we have to make a struct, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that in C++, and just in general Unreal. Create struct. Let's see what we find. Okay. Okay, that didn't help. Let's see over here. Okay. That's simple enough. So this struct is called, this one's called struct underscore weather. I guess we could do E weather for that. Then we can make a U struct, blueprint type, struct F weather. Boom. So this one contains the weather type. So I guess it's got to be a U property from what I'm seeing here. We'll make these all accessible to blueprints just in case we need to do anything. So we got to do edit anywhere, blueprint read write. Doesn't really have a category. And this one's called weather name, so it should. Not sure if this struct needs to happen. I think this struct has to happen below the U enum because we have to declare the enum first before we can even really use it. So I think I get to E weather type, we'll say. Okay. Now the next one's called weight, as in like heaviness or something, not just like pausing. Good, do that hydrate, thank you. Probably got to get some water by the end of this. So now we got to make an integer, which is easy. Property, we'll do the same. I guess we could just copy and paste these. I forget what they're called, modifiers. This one's called weight, so we can just say what uint. Can I be like that? Uint 32. Weight. Next one's a material instance. Okay, so we gotta do what? Class U material instance. And this one's called just I'll say weather material instance. I'll just preface everything with weather actually, just so we can keep track of everything. Okay. Now there's going to be a bunch of linear color curves. So I'm not sure how to write that kind of variable. Guessing it's... Where do we do curves? We did that in our item. Is it in our base item? Collectible for sure. We should have a curve in here. Yeah, U curve float. So it should be U curve linear color. So class U curve linear color. Boom. This one's called sun color. So again, we'll just preference everything with weather, sun color. Now we're doing 4 of these, so we can just copy and paste them. And this is weather, sky, light, color. This one is fog color. This song's really familiar. It is Super Mario 64, okay. Very nice. So, this one's overall color, and that's the last one. Probably want to comment this. So I don't understand what weight actually means in this context. Does this have a tooltip? No. Okay. Okay. Type of weather based off of weather enum type. I don't understand what weather weight is, so I will come back to that one. I think. What material instance would that be? I think I'll have to come back to that too. I think that's the sky, but so weather, sun color. So color curve used for the sun. Simple enough. Color curve for the skylight. Color curve for the fog. And I guess this just has to be like general, color curve, general atmosphere color. Okay, whatever. So next, this is kind of loud. So this is a scalar param override. And it looks to be... Okay, so scalar param override. Okay, that's its own unique struct. So we gotta make another struct. So let's do view struct, blueprint type, struct f weather, scalar param override. I think that's okay. Alright, so this is an f name, 2 floats, and a curve. So we can copy the u properties. So this first one is an f name. So f name, let's say param name. That's what that's saying. Then float param min, float param max. Really not 100% sure what these parameters are for. I haven't really I guess the point of this thing is converting it to C++, but also to maybe get a better understanding of what the fuck it's doing. And then class u curve linear color, interpolate curve. Okay. So we have our second struct. So let's finish this struct now. So now it's an array. So I guess we gotta say T array then, did I name this correctly? Yeah. I hope I can write an array like that. And we'll call it scalar param override. And then one last property is a Boolean. Oops. Bool be sun visible. Okay. So before we try to compile, what we just did was create these three things. We created our enum. We created our struct here, the weather struct. And we created that scalar param override. So it looks like the default value of this sun is visible is true. So I guess we could just hit that real quick. I think we could just say equals true. And then the weather weight is 1. And then weather type by default is sunny, so it equals that. So I'm wondering if we did this correctly in the first try. Try to compile, see what happens. Fingers crossed. Not very confident. And there we go. Oh, I forgot the generated body. I remember that being written. Yeah, generated body. Hashtag whoops. That's going into our structs. Whoops. I don't think it has to happen in enums. Let's look at our weapon. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's try that again. I read somewhere that you can package a game in Engine without Visual Studio. Can't find it. How is that possible? It's pretty easy. You should be able to by going to File, and then there's Package Project. And then I assume you'll want to do Windows 64. But you might want to look into build configuration first. So if you want to do shipping or development, I believe shipping does a lot of things, but it doesn't allow you to use that console command, so that's what that is. And I guess there's an option to zip up the project. But yeah, File, Package Project, and again, assuming Windows 64. So that's what you want to try to do. So what's wrong? Okay, so uint32 is not supported by Blueprint. Okay, so is it just int? Yeah, no worries. Hopefully it packages correctly, because you might run into a lot of bullshit errors. Who knows? Okay, so it looks like we did that correctly. So let's just let this open. Yeah, seldom do things work on the first try, as I've come to learn. Okay, so we created our enums and our structs. So that's the data side. We do have this data table, and I think we don't really have to do anything with this. Like, we could export it out and put it into our Google Drive, and maybe that'll be a good idea. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I guess that's what we should do so we can control it in Google Drive. So let's do that. Baby steps. I mean, hopefully I will go into the right Google Drive, whereas I don't get in trouble from work. So where's Google Drive? Oh yeah, we're good. Hero. Make a new folder. Weather system. Okay. Back here, I think we can just export this out. We'll do a comma separated value, CSV. I believe we have a directory. Data tables. Weather system. I will just call this a weather system. Save. And we should be able to go in here. Upload files. And then go to where we were. Hero. Data tables, weather system. Alright, I don't like that. Why did it save like that? Alright, can I? Alright. Let's make a new Google Sheet. Delete that. Do weather system. Now can I import this instead? So import, that's recent. Okay. Will this make my life easier if I do it this way? Insert, replace current sheet, import data. All right. So now we have this put into here. So let me file, download, comma separated value. Is there a down? Ah, here we go. Hero dev, hero, data tables, weather system. Yes, I would like to replace it. So now in theory, if I hit re-import, all right, so I can't re-import this. So let me import a new version. So import as data table. Let me not do that. What does this say? So it's a row structure. Why is it written like that? That's weird. I don't like that. Oh, okay. I see now. It's a struct. It's a struct data table. Okay, so import weather system data table, and then struct. Okay, how do I make that publicly available? Because in theory, there should be my weather ones. Oh, probably because I have to open a version of the editor that has this already completed, maybe. Let's see if that's the problem. Because if it's not the problem, then I'll need to figure out a way to expose that. I think there has to be a way. Alright, so import weather system. Data table row type. Alright, so I'm still wrong. Yeah, you have struct weather, struct scalar param. So maybe we have to rewrite how we do this. But first I have to compose my question to Google. UE4, C++, how to create new data table row. Yeah. Maybe this will be our answer. Create a data table asset with ustruct. Ustruct and uscript struct is struct equivalent of uClass. For classes, as part of the UE4 reflection system, those objects stored information of code structure for both. Your boy's confused. Ugh. Struct not visible for data table row. Okay, here we go. I think I got an answer. So it looks like we need to include this after the struct name. Okay. So it's which one? This one. And I guess I should one of these things, yeah. Like maybe I don't think I constructed my struct like most cleanly way. There is a default constructor I can add. So maybe that's what I want to do here. I guess that has to happen at the bottom. So it's what? F weather. Then I do this. And then I can do this. And also this one. I don't think you have to initialize all of them, do you? Probably, it's not a requirement. Alright, let's see. Fail. Alright, I guess I have to include it. So I'm missing an include. Okay, so there might be a problem. Because it's saying there's like some declaration of whatever hides Oh. Duh. So that's gonna solve some problems there, but I still need to include that class. So I gotta include data table? Or did I write this wrong? Okay, we might have to include. So UE4, C++, include data table. So U data table. Okay, that's simple enough. Haven't seen Codebreaker in a while. Kind of got used to the guy. He might be a little busy for school. From what I remember, his classes and classwork and stuff was kind of a lot, and he has his own side project, so he's probably knee deep in coding. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. All right, so we successfully compiled, so we're good. Let's see. So now when we try to import, let's see what we get. We should be able to find our table. Yes. Ow. So that almost worked. So let's see. All right, so I think we just didn't name our. So yeah. Oh, okay. This has to match. I see. So you see these titles up here? They have to match what our actual variable name is, and because I changed them, that's why we're getting those warnings. So I'm just copying these names as we put them in code. And let's give these a little bit of room to breathe. Oops. Stretch. There we go. Weather skylight color. Are you working on your presentation still, Sandra? Do you have a lot to write? Weather overall color, scalar param override. I think that's the same name, so we're good. Well, let's download this new version. No, you sent it this morning. Finally working on freelance now. Oh, okay, cool. Well, at least you got it done. One less thing to worry about. Alright, let's try re-importing this again. Can I find property for column? Interesting. What? Huh. I wonder why this doesn't work. Like, what if I import it as this struct? Does it work if I do it that way? No. Can I find property for column, weather type, instruct? Do I have to... Let's look. Okay, I think I also fucked something up. Probably. No, I copied these exactly. So param name. Okay, I guess maybe it has to be one of those data tables that's done in engine and not one that you import. So am I able to... All right, can I create a new data table? I think it's under miscellaneous. Data table. Okay. So let's see, can I easily... Okay, so there's my problem. I just have these parameters. Oh. Oh, it's... Wait. Am I derping somewhere? Yeah, this one doesn't have to be. Fuck. It's this one. Oh! Devin. You dumbass. Alright, let's try that again. Things were going too smoothly. I knew I had to have a derp moment. Okay. So, I should be able now import this weather. Okay, we're close. Can I find property for column sun color, instruct weather, expected column, weather sun color, not found in input. Okay. Let's see what the difference is. Did I see something wrong? Alright, so our... Let's look again here. Ah, we forgot to do weather sun color. Okay. Try that again. Boom. Clean as a whistle. Alright. So we're probably gonna... Okay, let's go ahead and delete that after all that work. But let's make a new directory. So hero, weather system, data table. We'll take data tables just in case there's gotta be more someday. Okay. So good. We're good. Everybody cool. So we have all this handled. We didn't even touch the blueprint yet, but we have our data ready. So, you know, I don't want to brag, but, you know, we're doing good. But let's keep going, shall we? We shall. So in this case, we are running an instance this way. So let's close out of that. Let's open up the project this way. And we can start with our constructor, our constructing script. That's such a constructor or constructor script. We gotta start with that first. So it looks like we're setting a float for our sphere size. And we use that in our calculation of how we're rotating the sun direction later on. Okay. So again, I'm going to put this on the side so you guys won't really see exactly what I'm doing. But I'll obviously say what I'm doing. So we have our constructor. So I'm thinking we do need to have it tick, but maybe that will change. So we need a variable. So we'll make a new public section. And this is going to be a float called sphere size. And this is going to be, okay, so we actually need another variable. But it's going to be a component. I don't know if I should make everything fucking U properties or if I shouldn't. But I'll put it up here. So we'll do what? This one's definitely gonna be a U property. And we're gonna do what? Class what kind of component is this? Static mesh component? Yeah. U static mesh component. Sky sphere. This is gonna be edit anywhere. Blueprint, read, write. I'll make a category. We'll call it components. Then we definitely got to include the static mesh component library. So let's find that include. I spelled component wrong. There we go. Now we gotta do, so it should be sky sphere equals create default UObject. And then I gotta do something like that. I think it's U static mesh component. Text. Sky sphere. I think that's right. I always forget. Sometimes when I don't write a certain line of code, I always forget how to actually write it. I guess we should just get all of our components out of the way. So next we have an exponential fog. So it's probably U exponential fog, right? Or is it A exponential fog? Yeah. And we'll just call it exponential height fog. I don't know if that's going to give me a problem because the name is literally exponential height fog, but we'll deal with that consequence later. So next we need a directional light. I don't know what class that is, so I'm going to guess a directional light. We'll name it directional light. Probably gonna have to rename these. Alright. So the next one is a skylight. So probably a skylight. Uh-huh. Okay, and now we gotta make 2 more static mesh components. So we'll call it cloud layer. And there's 2 of them. So cloud layer 0, 1. I guess I gotta just copy this. Just rename that cloud layer 2. And now we got to what's that word? Instantiate. We gotta instantiate all these things in the constructor. And we're going to include all those classes. So let's find the exponential height fog. So UE4 C++ exponential height fog class. I feel bad for the person who had to write this documentation. It's all just directories and shit. Next is directional light. Let me know if you guys prefer that I show you what I'm Googling. I don't know if that makes a difference for you. I don't know if you guys would want, like, I don't know, some, like, extra, like, little screen at the bottom that shows what I'm doing. But, like, I'm literally just looking up these includes. So I don't know how important it is for you guys to see that. So that's directional light. We'll do skylight next. I finally got my new keyboard today. Like, the last keyboard was covered in strawberry margarita and the fucking, like, function keys were broken at the top. But I finally got mine. And this one's actually an English keyboard, like a US layout keyboard. The last one was German. I had an itchy trigger finger when I bought that first one, and it was a German one. Is the keyboard pretty? Yes. You can't really see it too well. But it lights up. You know how it is. All the cool kids have light up keyboards and light up mouse and everything like that. Yeah, it uses the chroma stuff, so I have like different functionality in there. So like when I press a button, it lights up, and throughout the whole thing, it's like doing, I think it's called like Starry Night, where like certain sections kind of like blink all together. So it's pretty nice. It was like €100, which I don't think is worth it, but yeah, who isn't weak for that RGB? So that's skylight, and we already have static mesh components, so those are all good that we all need right there. So let's continue. So exponential height fog equals create default subobject a exponential height fog exponential height fog. Okay. Directional light. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to get compile errors because of these names. I'm already putting that vibe out there. It's going to say like I'm overriding something. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Alright, so now skylight. I should add that as a audio thing. Actually, so just so I don't forget, sorry, we're gonna stop game deving real quick. We're gonna add 2 new sound bits. We're gonna do the "that's a lot of damage," and then we're gonna do the if they have the "don't be suspicious." Let's see, settings, community, inside. Where do I do this? Channel points, manage rewards. Yeah, here we go. No. Oh no, I don't know how to do this quickly. Maybe it's under extensions. My extensions. Configure. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so sounds. Okay, here we go. Don't be suspicious. Let me just pause the music. So let's see, but this is the one. Yeah, test it out.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't
Don't
be
be suspicious.
suspicious.
Oh, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, okay. It's either gonna be that one. Let's see if this is better.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay. Kind of like the first one so far.
Don't be suspicious.
No.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay, we're adding this one. Okay, so no bits. Add that for free. Okay, and then that's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Yeah. Okay. So we should be okay. Those should be available. Sound alerts. Okay. Those should be available at some point. Maybe you'll need a refresh. But we got that out of the way. So back to coding. We need to do skylight next, so. Okay, skylights. And then the last but not least is these two clouds. So cloud layer that. And we can kind of just copy and paste for the second one. I think it's 0, 1 and 0, 2. And like, I don't know if I'm gonna, how I'm gonna be able to do this correctly because I suck at this. But there's this, like this hierarchy, and there's a default scene root. And I don't know how to get it to have a default scene root, unless I have to make a scene component and then attach everything to it. But let's compile, and let's deal with the errors. Okay. Compiled successfully. Don't be suspicious. Alright. So now we can actually create the blueprint actor just to kind of see what it looks like so far. So hero, weather system. We'll see blueprints. Weather, BP hero weather system. So let's see what our hierarchy looks like. Wow. So these things. So what is this? Oh, they're components. Duh. Makes sense. So it's still like, would it be U exponential? Yeah. That's a whoops. Should have really saw that coming. Okay, so now we have to get the new includes. So I'm actually hoping that they're going to be something like this, where it's components, then the name, and then component. So let's try that. And yeah, we can leave those names alone, but we're gonna have to change these things. Let's try compiling again. Okay. Definitely in better shape. So we're definitely gonna have to make a default. What's this kind of thing called? Like a scene component. There we go. So yeah, Sky Sphere should not be the root component. So I think you gotta do something like this. Class U scene component. Root. We don't want to call it root, so scene component. I guess I have to include it. Uniforce plus scene component. Pretty much the same as everything else. No, we gotta say. That's what I called it, right? Scene component? Yeah. Scene component equals create default sub object. U scene component. Text. Alright, so he called it default scene root. So we'll call that the same. Default scene root. Now I gotta make it the root component. So like set root component. Default scene root. Alright, let's see what happens. Oof. Oh. Making them old man noises. Alright, so that's looking more like this. So now I gotta just attach Cloud 0 and Cloud, like basically Cloud 1 to Cloud, or Cloud 2 to Cloud 0. Hold on, Christoph is messaging me about his order. So now I gotta do something, what, like... Do I have to be like... How did I do it before? There should be like, I think I did it in hero item base? No. Maybe in collectible. Yeah, set up attachment. So I think that's what I have to do to make it look identical to what I'm seeing in blueprints. Boom. Okay. So as a reference, yeah, if it worked on the first try, then that calls for don't be suspicious. I'll play it on stream.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
There you go. So now it pretty much matches everything in terms of components. So we're good there. Do I have 2 instances open? No. Am I also debugging? Yes. Alright, so we have our components set up. We don't need that spreadsheet stuff open right now. Let's go ahead and keep going. So we have our stylized weather. Here's the blueprint. So now we can continue with our constructor script. So it looks like we need... It's probably going to be under the time category. So we need to make an array of material instances. Let's make this a U property. Edit anywhere. What is this category? Sphere size. I don't think this is it's not a local variable. Okay, so it doesn't have a category sphere size, so we can kind of leave it alone. We'll just make it what blueprint rewrite. Kind of leave it at that. So now we gotta do time materials. So we can copy the, well, yeah, we could definitely copy the view property. Get the category of what? Time. Time and time is yours. Time after this news is captured. Okay. So T array of what class? U material. Whoops. U material instance. Again, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, material instance. So he calls it time material. Forget what it is. Is it U meta? like these. Yeah, you meta display name. And then we call it what? Well, actually, this one doesn't really need a special name. I don't know why I thought it did, but okay. There we go. Time material. What else? We need, so we got this array. Then we add a new billboard component. So I'm curious, I don't know how. I don't know how to do that. So we're gonna learn how to do that soon. But we can do this. We have all the means to do this section of the construction script. Let me just get some more water. I'll be right back. So it uses the local bounds of the mesh and the actor scaled 3D, but it only uses the x-axis to get the sphere size. So in the map, its scale is 100. I'm guessing that is by default? I definitely don't set that to 100 myself. Alright, it's the default scene route that does it by 100. I don't know if we want to, if we even care to do that in Blueprint, but alright. So that's the first section of our constructor. So now, yeah, we gotta get sky sphere. The sky sphere is there. Get local bounds. Now, what does local bounds even do? Can I go to the definition, please? I guess not. Okay, return local bounds. Okay, now, so it returns. Okay. So it's two F vectors. Okay. So F vector. Hey, Christoph. Yeah, feel free to be mad about that IKEA stuff here. I'll try to relate. Min local bounds. F vector. Not even IKEA? Well, that makes sense. Then IKEA usually gets its shit together. Yeah, don't even. I would not even bother with anything that's not IKEA if you want to get just furniture. So max local bounds. And I could just do what? Min local bounds. Max local bounds. Then you get what? So max local bounds dot x times get actor scale 3D dot x. So sphere size equals, and we'll just put that in parentheses. So that should be what we have here. So are we fucking tomorrow? Yeah, you know it, brother. Hell yeah. Your place again, or? I'm guessing so. I can bring your gifts that you forgot last time. And what time? Like 8 o'clock? Or are you gonna be working later? Alright, now we've resized time material. Alright, sounds good. Alright, so now we take time material. Now is it like resize? So resize to. So, can I say something like that? I don't know if that's valid. Yeah, it doesn't look like, yeah. Resize. I don't know how to resize. Let's see. That's the parent. TV4 C++, resize array. Oh, cool. Give me the fucking blueprint. Even though I typed in C++. Okay. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the fucking refund for that smart TV that I ordered. Do I do it like this? Like resize. No. So according to C++, you can't resize an array. That's kind of bullshit. How to resize T array. So there's a set num. Let's try that. So what happened with the TV? Like, I ordered the smart TV, I paid for it, and then like the next day they're like, "Oh, we can't complete your order because like we don't have enough. We don't have it in stock." So that they said they'll refund me, and that was like a week ago. So we'll see what happens. People say that like the Polish stuff is slow, which I definitely agree that it is slow. So we'll kind of just have to see. All right. So we got the first part of the constructor done. Yeah, it's a big oof. All right, so we did these two. So now we got to add billboard component, add material billboard component. I don't know. Like I never really had problems with any kind of delivery and stuff until you got here, Christoph. Yeah, I think you're a general curse on the whole country. Just kidding, I love you. Okay, so I think I have, where are we referencing? Let me bring this back up. Alright, so we're definitely using the sun billboard in a bunch of places. So we need to make, so we have this. This is ours. Show inherited variables. Euro weather system. Yeah, there we go. Here's time. So I'm guessing the sun billboard is going to be under the sun category? No. Is it components? Yes. Alright. Any pain that I go through is worth it as long as you're here with me, Chrissy boy. Alright, so we need to add a material billboard component, and it needs to have, like, I don't know how to add, like, this stuff in C++, like, these, like, default values. So I'm wondering if I'll be able to find that information online. So that's going to be our next step. Once we do that, then we can do initialize setting, and this is, yeah, it looks like it's doing a lot. So we'll probably have to make, like this kind of already suggests, like make your own function. So create dynamic materials. So we do all that. Then we set up all this stuff. Okay, so we're definitely not going to do that this time. We're probably going to have to do it next time. Because I think it's going to take us a while to figure out how to do this thing. So, let's take it baby steps at a time. So this thing is a material billboard, and it's a component. So, let's just add it to our components. Now it's going to be material billboard component. And he names it sun billboard. Okay, so we have that billboard. So we're definitely going to have to include that class. So UE4 C++ material billboard component. So is it going to be components / material billboard? Yes. Now, I don't know if I want to create a default sub-object of it, because I don't want it to be in our components list like that. I think I just want it to be a variable. So I don't think I have to initialize it the same way that I'm doing it here. But now we should be able to do... Alright. Set sphere size, and then... resize time material array for 24 hours. Maybe our game will have more than 24 hours. Maybe we'll have like a fantastical world that has 50 hours in it, but probably not. Not for now. So now there's a function add so honestly that's not what class does this say? Alright, so do not call manually. Blueprint internal use only. So, yeah, I mean, like for any kind of game, like you set your own rules, right? Like, so if I say I have a fantasy game, I can make a day last as long as the fuck I want, you know? It's really up to you. UE4 C++. How to add material billboard component. So there is a tutorial. So whoever wants to follow along, it's the video I'm watching. Let me just mute the other one.
So in this tutorial, we're going to be adding a billboard component so I will create.
So he is doing a.
Set it. We want to properly such file. We push play. That's always looking at us. All right, thanks for watching.
What? What kind of garbage is that? Thanks for that tutorial. Okay, so I guess I have to create it like I've created every other kind of component. I don't think there needs to be a rhyme or reason for this, but we'll do it and try to match what the blueprint's doing. So sun billboard equals create default sub-object new material billboard component. So billboard. Do I have to do something like sun billboard set material? Because it has these options, like there's like elements in the sprite. So I'm wondering, elements dot add. So it's an F material sprite element. Let me just check this one more time. F material sprite element. So F material sprite element. Sun billboard sprite element. I don't know if it needs to be a pointer, but it should just be able to do something like that. And it's going to be a U property. And I see in this blueprint, there is a sun category. So we'll put it under the sun category. Let's just see if this even compiles. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Yum, 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 yum. Muy delicioso. Oh. Alright. Broken. I guess I gotta include... Let's see. Stop yelling at me. UV4, C++, F material. Okay. Alright, so I got to include it in here, it seems. This billboard component. Or, because, well, it's not a class. Yeah, so I think I have to include it. I think that will make it happy. I don't think it has to be a pointer. So let's try that again. I feel bad for people who don't think water is delicious. Water's so good. I feel like if I didn't, because like, if I drink soda a lot, or as much as I drink water, dude, I would be so much fatter. And I'm already fat as fuck. Alright, so that worked. So now I just gotta copy those elements. So we have sun, and we have the sprite element, and it does match that struct. I'm wondering, can I literally just like copy this? No. Okay. Can I copy it like this? Yes. Okay. So that matches what this thing is doing. So Sun Billboard is good to go. So we actually did that much faster than I anticipated, so I'm pretty happy about that. So now we're calling a function called initialize setting. And this does an array. No, it doesn't. It looks like, for some reason I thought it was doing a for loop. What the fuck was it? What is it doing? Alright. So it gets the weather. And then pulls from the data that row name, and then from that row, it pulls in those structs, and then checks first if the material instance is valid. If it is valid, it goes this way. If it's not valid, then it pulls from the time materials. And then it does a whole bunch of blah blah blah. And then it does all the, oh my god. Alright. Let's do one thing at a time. Alright. So, we need a function called initialize settings. So I think this can just be a private function. So it's not going to be a U function, it's going to be a void initialize weather settings. Doesn't take any parameters. We're done. Now we can create the implementation, but then we also have to call it. So initialize weather settings. Let's add a comment here. Set up sun billboard sprite material element. Okay, so the first thing this function does, it calls a collapse graph that just creates dynamic material instances. So sphere material. Alright, so it's not under any specific category. So we're literally just making 3 materials. So sphere material, cloud material, and then a current dynamic parameter. don't know what the best way to go about this is, because this uses MI Sky Sphere as the source material. And this uses MI Sky Base. This also uses MI Sky Base. Alright. Let's make the variables. So sphere material, cloud material, and current dynamic param. Should be easy enough. So we want to say class U material instance. And then this one's called sphere material. Itchy nose. We gotta do this 2 more times. So sphere material, cloud material. And then current dynamic parameter. Okay. So we have our variables in place, so now we can actually now we can actually create the dynamic material instance. So the first one comes from the sky sphere. I'm just kind of curious how we're going to plug in the source material. Like I think I can get a hard reference, but I don't know if I want to deal with hard references, because if I move it, like, I'm going to be in trouble. So I think I'm going to copy all this stuff. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, whatever's happening in my ears right now, yeah, it's playing like a lot of natural sounds. So it curves and does color and float. So let's copy all of this. Okay, and then do the same thing for float. Okay. We don't need the map, so we'll copy this materials. Oh, I moved it? Can I not? Can I? Fuck. Okay. Copy that. Copy that. Roger, roger. What is a material parameter collection? Okay. So now under materials, we have other, sky, and sun. And the only reason why, again, I'm doing this is I'm thinking I'll have to do a hard reference in C++, and I know I'm always going to keep things in my hero directory. So if I accidentally delete something, I know more confidently that I'm not going to fuck something up. Okay, so materials and then material function. MF motherfucking cloud layer. Okay, then mesh and texture. We'll just add those 2 folders. Oh. Are you laughing about the motherfucking? Oh, someone's calling me on my phone and it's from Poland. I don't want to answer it because I don't like Poland just calling me. Okay, so we have all our assets in this directory. So let me remind myself, UE4, C++, how to hard reference asset. I don't even, is hard reference even the right word? Because there's soft referencing, there's hard referencing. Here we go. So far these examples have all been new property-based. However, if you want to build a string at runtime, use that to get a reference to an object. There are two options that you can use. If you want to use the U object only if it has already been loaded or created, then the right choice is find that. Interesting. Yeah, maybe it was for the refund. Now they're not going to give it to me. There goes $1,000. Oh well. I'm not worried. I'll figure it out. Alright. Let's see if we can get this right. So, I believe, so source material. It's a material interface object. So I think I have to, can I say view material instant constant mi sky, well, what's the, mi sky sphere equals, I guess I have to put class in front. Equal load object view material instance constant. I'm probably, do I have this included? No. So UE4 C++ material instance. I don't know if I'll need this, but I'm going to include it anyway. And then it says to do null, and then text, and then my directory. So what directory do I want to do? So mi sky sphere, so that's under material sky, so that's gonna be under here. And then I got it, I think it's reference. I don't think I need this in front. Null, load, none, and null again. I don't think that's gonna be right. Let's try to compile, see what breaks. Because, like, if worse comes to worse, like, I'll just have to, like, create a new U property and just set it there. Woof. Fail to the max. Okay. So static class, no function. Let's just see what it. See if Google has any information. Do I have to include anything? Um. Well, null, then text. Game. I feel like that's all good. Alright, let's try this error. Because yeah, I think I'm just doing something that's kind of pointless. If I can just literally make it a U property. Maybe I just have to do this. Closer? Like maybe I don't know if I'm like reading into this too much, but yeah. So it's a material interface object. And this itself is a constant. So material interface object. So material instance constant. Yeah. V4 C++ material instance constant. Guess it has its own class. Let's try that. Like, does it have to be a pointer? Okay. That worked. Yeah, material. I see what you're saying, Christoph. Yeah, it encompasses everything that falls under that like class. So like a material object, like you're saying, like a dynamic instances of that, or just an instance or a constant. It's all that jazz. I think. All right. So we got that working, surprisingly faster than I thought. So now, let's just see if we can get this line. And if we can get this line, then we're going to call it a night. Because we've been going for about 2 hours now. So we just literally got to take our sky sphere and make it into a thing. Into a dynamic instance. So we got to say sphere material equals sky sphere. So is it just like create dynamic material instance? So element 0. So the source material is going to be MI Sky Sphere. An optional name is going to be none. I think I can just write it like that. So let's see if that's right. Ooh! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, brother! Okay, I guess we could do the second one. Because that was actually kind of quick. I always suspect that we're going to get errors. Okay, so we did this guy. Now we gotta do this guy. Should be easy, now that we did it. So we gotta get our sky base. So first, yeah, we can kind of just copy that. So new material instance, and we're gonna say mi sky base. And now this object is gonna be, I think in the same, yeah, it's in the same directory. We just gotta change this word to base.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Thank you. Alright, switch out the sky base. Oh no.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
No more.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't make me make that cost bits.
Don't be suspicious.
Alright.
Don't be suspicious.
So this is cloud material.
Don't be suspicious.
So cloud material in this one's gonna be cloud layer 01.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Why is this? Did it break? I don't know.
Don't be suspicious.
Oh,
Don't be
boy.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Can I stop this?
Don't be
Oh,
suspicious.
no.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Oh no. Hold on.
Don't be suspicious.
Oh my
Don't be suspicious.
God.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Alright, hold on.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Can I like hide that? So that's emotes.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Oh no.
Don't be suspicious.
Can I disable these? Oh no.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Fuck. No.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Alright, can I refresh the cache? Alright. I think I fixed it. Sorry. Sorry about that. Alright, so we have cloud material. We're creating the dynamic instance. Everything's sky base. And then we want to go and do cloud layer 2. Set material. Cloud material. And that's it. That was kind of brutal. Okay. So now we were able to get this. So we copied that, and that's what these things are. So the last one, maybe we can get away with doing one more just to make it a clean break. So there's a create dynamic material instance that you can just do. So Kismet material library. So UE4 C++ Kismet material library. Now, I always forget how to properly call that. Can I literally just say create dynamic material instance, or do I have to say Kismet material library? Create dynamic material instance. Let's just try to compile and see what the errors are. Maybe like, what's that word? The autocomplete is just like, no. So I'm saying Kismet Material Library is not a class name. 3.4 C++. How to use Kismet Material Library. I suck at remembering this shit. Alright, so there's a tutorial for Kismet libraries. Okay. Aha! You! Got him. Alright, so it needs a world context object. I get away with saying this. So now parent, I need to make a U-material interface. And this is... Alright, so I should be able to do something like... I think I can just use MI Skybase again. Then option... I don't think I need to put anything. And then I gotta just say current dynamic param equals that. Let's see. Do we got this? No, we don't. So set material is wrong? Didn't we compile that? Alright, cloud layer 2. Set material. Oh. Okay, forgot the element. Okay. Boom. Okay. So that's all well and good. So basically those lines were this section of Blueprint. So now next time we'll get into this big bad boy right here. We'll get really into the meat of it, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm going to end that for tonight. For anyone new that's watching, feel free to follow me here on Twitch, subscribe to YouTube, join the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, putting all the links in the description below. Follow me on Patreon, you can get access to the source code. Thanks, Sandra and Christoph, for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, Parthon. I appreciate that as well. We're going to go ahead. We're going to raid... Who are we going to raid? Do we want to raid First Crimson, or do we want to go to Auroral Games? Sandra, I know you're a fan of First Crimson, but maybe we can give some love to somebody else. Alright. Giving the love to someone else. So, Auroral Games. Alright. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a good evening. Enjoy this other game dev stream. Love you.